This is Damon L. Jacobs, and I'm here with the gorgeous and profoundly talented Crystal Chappell of Days of Our Lives.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fabulous.
Welcome back to New York.
You know, it's my home.
I spruced up. We heated it up a little bit for you today.
Thank you very much.
I did my best.
Because all that snow, no.
Yeah, we were not loving the snow. So you are back in town to promote this wonderful, wonderful book, The Days of Our Lives 45th Anniversary Collection. How has that been for you to come back to New York and talk to people about that?
You know, I was here in December, and the reaction that we got just yesterday was just as big. I mean, people are loving this book. I know that some people actually came back and bought the book a second time.
Wow.
Just to meet all the Days cast.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're loving it. They're loving the book. I've seen my name in the book already, and I'm signing it again. So they're really having a good time.
They're
with
frequent
this.
flyers.
That's exactly it.
And that's a testament to Days fans and to fans of yours that are willing to be out there. And I'm glad there's still such passion and dedication for Days.
So much passion. So much.
And I think especially because there's so much continuity between the past, present, and certainly Carly is a big part of that.
She's been in the past and she's in the present
and the future. What has been some of the I know that soap fans, specifically Days fans, can be very, how do I say, unique in terms of expressing themselves. What has been some of the most interesting reactions that you have gotten from Days fans as you're promoting this book around?
You know what? They're just so excited to meet us.
Yeah.
With the advent of social media, people are more aware of where we are, and I feel like they're really coming out and they're connecting with the actors, and I think that's just a really positive thing because they're on our sets with us. They're watching our show and they're a part of the show. Very important part of the show. So it's nice to be able to meet them and they cry and they're like, oh my gosh, I used to watch this with my grandmother. My daughter's watching it with me now, and it's wonderful, especially to see them with their families showing up there. And that's the cool thing about the book is because they sit there and they look at these pictures together and they go, look, mommy remembers when this happened, and they get to share the history of the show with their children who are like 6, 7, 8 years old.
Right, and also for those of us that have been part of a multi-generation Days family, it brings back memories of loved ones that aren't here with us anymore. Just see some of those pictures.
That's exactly right.
People that we knew who aren't here who love those characters too. So it means a lot.
It is. It's a way to connect.
Yeah. Any interesting experiences or anything that I know that you have so many passionate fans from Guiding Light, from Venice, as well as Days. Anyone ever kind of confuse you with being Carly or Olivia or Gina, or kind of have trouble with some of the fiction, nonfiction line there?
I have to say that everyone, to my face, has been very, very, very supportive. When I played Olivia and I was really like the bad girl, I got a lot of finger wagging. But and I think somebody really snarled at me. I think there was a snarl. There was a snarl involved.
Snarl?
I think I got a snarl, but I just called security. Security! Scurdy!
Now, it's a very interesting time for Carly on the show because from the beginning when she came on to Carly 2.0, she's always had a man, at least one man, sometimes even 2 or 3 in her life, coming after her. Can't keep up, but she's always had a man. This is really what we're seeing on air now. Is the first time that Carly has not been in a primary relationship. And I was just thinking that's a very interesting kind of direction for a character to start to go in, to see her kind of figuring out her life now that she's gotten out of a very long-term abusive relationship, and then this wonderful, ideal relationship with Beau. She's really finding her own footing now.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I love that relationship between the two of them, but I'm very excited at what they're giving me. I feel it's so well written. It's the first time she's ever been Carly without Beau. And I just think it's so important. I had that experience with Olivia because she was always the satellite character that floated around. And what that gave me was the opportunity to work with a lot of different people, a lot of different actors. And it sort of fills in who a character is. And I think it makes them more full. And I kind of feel like that's what we're doing now with Carly. She was in this horribly abusive relationship, really almost held prisoner. And she's a doctor, so she puts on her armor and she goes out there and she doesn't let the world see what's really going on. And so after Beau was sort of the tipping point. He's the thing that she thought she had and it went away, And now she's sort of unraveling. And, as an actress, it's just like, oh, this is so delicious.
It is.
It's delicious.
Because he was always the question mark in her life. He was always this may work out. And now they've kind of gone there, and she's seen, it wasn't that.
It wasn't
all that.
It wasn't that. Oopsie.
Can you preview or give us a little hint about what is coming up ahead for Carly?
She's going to isolate herself from the people that she cares about, and the audience will see her unravel. She's got a very hard struggle ahead of her, but it's truthful, and it's really well written, and I'm having a great time.
Wow, that is exciting.
Yeah.
For someone to go through an abusive relationship for 16 years or so, and then to come out of that, it can bring up a whole host of psychological issues and trauma and healing. And the show is doing a great job of telling stories, but it feels like it's we haven't really seen that so much in Carly. But she has been through,
she's
the war
she's
and
had the
made
bruises,
it.
she's had the broken bones, and there's when your life is threatened and your child's life is threatened, it made sense. I always thought, well, why did she killed a man? How do you live with that? But psychologically, that's what led up to that particular moment. And she's still haunted by that. And in fact, literally, my husband's coming back on the show for a day, so she's literally haunted.
Literally haunted. Now, speaking of her kids, the one question I've had in mind this past year is, where the heck is Nikki?
Where is little Nikki?
Where's little Nikki?
Nikki. Nikki. How old are you? 38? Where are you, Nikki?
At this point in Salem years, he's
older than me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They actually, I had a scene, they hired an actor to play Nikki on the phone. Nikki's, she killed his father, and even though he witnessed all the abuse, it's still something hard for him to deal with. So they're not doing well, their relationship. It's just another thing in Carly's life that she has to deal with, her isolation. She wants her children in her life, obviously, but how do you get past that?
Right. Well, I certainly think there's a lot of interesting story there to see this recovery process with Nikki, plus the fact that when he was on the show briefly as an adult, he had a thing going with Kate.
Oh, that Kate.
And
she's
Kate
hot, but Kate, what are you doing with little Nikki?
She did quite a bit there for a while.
Oh, don't tell me.
So
let me watch it on YouTube.
So there's a lot of interesting connections and rich texture there for story. What would you like to see happen for Carly?
I want to see all of this stuff, work itself out. Eventually, she'll heal, but an addict is always an addict.
What is she addicted to?
I didn't say addiction, did I? She's addicted to pain, I guess. But we'll see what happens. I'm not going to say anything. She will always have that cross to bear, and but eventually, I'd like to see some handsome doctor come into her life and help her find some romance.
I like that. I like that. Anything, maybe there's a little hint of Daniel you can share with us? No?
Somebody with a white coat.
Okay. Hopefully as a colleague and not as her own doctor.
Yeah,
she's going to need a white coat soon.
We'll see.
I have told you and told the watchers of We Love Soaps just how much I've been loving Venice. Really loved the show. Really loved the second season. They just won 2 Indie Soap Awards. What can you preview for us as far as Venice in season 3?
Wow, there's a lot that's going on. We're going to really take a trip back. I'm going to use. I want the audience to see how Gina and Annie met and their relationship and why it ended up that Gina broke it off. There is going to be somebody new in Gina's life, played by the lovely Dot Marie Jones from Glee. And Lara's still got her work to do. She's not going to get all better. She's definitely she's going to rebound a bit, but not in the way that people might think.
Yeah.
Gosh, Sammy's just scrubbing those pots a little too much, isn't she? So we're going to see why she does that.
It's a little compulsive.
Owen sort of finally has it out with his dad. This is really the season where you see these two people go at it. And Richard is played by Peter Reckell, will come back into Gina's life. They'll have a wonderful understanding, but there's a secret there. There's something between them that one of them's not telling the other. And I just sound very, mysterious, don't I? And Gaia has to deal with that creepy ghost that's in her life. So. And
That's a lot.
Brandon will help her. So there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. The show has been so rich this season with such, and again, what I really love are the reality-based storylines. So Laura's alcoholism felt very familiar to me in terms of people I've known who have tried to cover up alcoholism over time, and just Gina's relationship with her father was absolutely some of the warmest and most moving scenes that I've seen on daytime or any time. Between you and Jordan Clark, they were just so beautiful,
and that relationship continues. It's going to be support. It's not perfect, but they have things to say to each other.
Yeah, Crystal, how do you do it all? You're doing the acting, you're producing, you're living your life. You're like the model multitasker. How do you do it? I know I've asked you that before, but I'm just, as someone who's trying to multitask and doesn't always feel like he does the best job, I'm just so impressed.
Cheetos. My secret is Cheetos. I go for the bag of Cheetos.
The big puffy ones or the short
the puffy
little
ones. I don't like the little crispy. No,
the big puffy ones.
Puffy ones.
Okay.
Okay. There you go. Get a bag
Cheetos.
of Cheetos. Send them some Cheetos.
And be great to see some of that on Venice. Some sponsorships.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's Cheetos the way.